Motherfuckers, we're live with the War and Famine Report. Hi, Deb. Yeah, I'm kind of do like 3-4 things at once right now. I'm losing my frickin' marbles is what I'm really doing. Like I put the chat here and I forget I need to put the chat has to, you want the pretty marbles. You like the cat's eyes. So I'm trying to put my fucking comment box up so I can read the comments over there and not have to pay attention to the thing over here. So I'm going to get some feedback on this because it's going to go. Yeah, I saw that. See, I like told you right there. Pop out my chat. It sounds really dirty, but it's not as sexy as you think it is. I really didn't get set up properly because I'm an idiot. That sucks that no one's planning shit. That's really not good. Uh-oh. Here we go. I'm a mess today, man. Just so you know. Yeah, there we go. All righty, McFriday. Here we go. I haven't even looked at the famine report yet, or AKA the crop progress report, because holy shit, man, it's probably gonna be ugly, huh? I'm sad. Our shit's all dying, and people on Twitter are laughing at me for saying that we're in a food war and stuff like that. I'm like, we're in a food war, like. I just saw a new headline that there's a new fucking crop fire in fucking Syria. Like this is like I think they call it a bumper crop, or where it's like their best. It's like a 10-year high on production. So like, and they're setting the already ripened wheat on fire before the fuckers can harvest it. So food war, man. Thanks, Keith, if you're around. He said something on the chat comments. Yeah, so I can eliminate. I got to use the other mouse. Oh God, I'm a mess today. We don't need that thing up. There we go. Because I use 2 computers, man. Like, these idiots don't even understand the concept of. Oh, hey guys, beware. I don't know if it's all Jewish newspapers. I'm almost out of sodas, dudes.
You eating Jew news?
I better fucking buy more sodas if they're on sale. I have been so hungry, and I'm trying not to overeat because the stupid meds make me so fat. So yeah, let me see if I can actually do some reporting.
I, on the other hand, enjoyed a chocolate shake today because I'm not fat.
I enjoyed your vaginas.
When was that?
What? Always, every time. What do you mean? When was that?
I thought you meant like while we were out.
Oh no, that would have been funny and probably funny. Illegal.
Probably.
And that'd be though.
Yeah, me too.
I haven't even read the crop report or the news or anything. Hey, Toots is here. Hi there.
Hi, Toots.
I do know that we have the spies spying on us. Like when we got home from town, and almost immediately the Christian fucking Gestapo came by glaring at us and stuff. I mean, they're so scummy.
Giving the neighbor the 3rd degree.
So they go to church so they can pretend that they're all pristine and pure, but they're really criminal scumbags. They're the worst. I feel sorry that my dad had to live among those sickos.
They feel like it's okay because God forgives them somehow.
If your mentality is that that God takes care of everything, it means you allow criminals to run free. You're just a criminal and enabler. But we're not here to talk about our personal fucked up life. We're here to talk about
personal fucked up
war and famine. War and famine.
Woohoo!
Who doesn't love some good war and famine? Yeah, because they're burning the wheat crops up in Syria. I don't know why. Because don't you want to buy the wheat from the Kurds or something? Maybe it's extortion. They're like, see that? Do what we say or else. I really think it's the USA is putting political pressure on the Kurds by setting fire to their crops because Russia came out. And think about it this way. Massive crop burnings happening today when just yesterday Russia came out and said they're going to start arming the Kurds in Afrin, which is where the Turks are fighting the Kurds up there.
So there's one place where they're burning the fields, and then there's another place where the fields are all being flooded.
So
you'd think they could trade, you know.
And people laugh at me thinking I'm some kind of a nutter by saying there's a famine coming. Oh man, that almost went down the wrong way. That was last year.
My numb chin and lip is really annoying.
I'm sorry.
Really getting old. It's like you wait for the Novocaine to wear off, but it doesn't wear off.
It's gonna take years for that.
And then sometimes I bite my lip because I can't feel it, and then it gets all swollen, and then I like bite it again because it's all swollen.
You
so
see,
stupid.
I guess we should just blow through the crop report. You see, this is why the fucking stock market, they're artificially depleting or depressing the corn prices because they're like, look, we got 83% planted. Well, that shit's dying in the ground. All right. It's fucking not accurate. They're planting crap. Okay. What's happening now is the numbers are going up and they're saying they got 83% of the corn crops planted, but
I say it's damn time.
Yeah, that's false because what they're doing is they're planting corn in soggy fields where the corn's not actually going to grow. Because if they plant it and they have crop insurance, then they can get the insurance money because they actually planted it. All right. So there's also crop insurance for prevented planting, but I'm guessing that they're betting that the taking the money for the rotten crops that don't grow is more than taking the money for not planting at all. Or probably because Trump's fucking stupid tariff aid. They think that that's going to give them more money than the actual normal prevent planting insurance. Right.
Golly.
But even looking at this, there's states like Michigan that's like 63%. Indiana is at 67%. It's a terrible year. Like even now, like Tennessee, no, South Dakota, 64%. All right, let's go look at it. Oh my gosh. Now, if you want to look at the fucking reality of the situation, corn emerged. Like we're
sorry.
Low torque.
Yeah, a minute.
I'm waiting for the dog food to get done so I can start cooking, reheating the beans. I'm really hungry. Oh, after the corn, the dog food, I should bring the kettle in and start doing baked potatoes.
Oh, that would be good.
Because that would be good with the beans. I'll call that a border bowl. KFC can suck my wang. Which one, Toots? Is it the Canadian poofter? No, but they're fuckers. They block me. They won't answer my questions on the prepper channels. I ask them questions. They won't answer me. And I tell them that they're fucking retarded if they don't know what's going on. And I give them links to what's really going on, and they ignore me and they block me. So they're fake. They're all propaganda motherfucking fakes. Or they're just con artist whores. They're all fake one way or the other.
Well, if they're selling shit on Amazon, then they're shills.
Yeah, pretty much. So like on the corn emerged. Oh, well. Yeah, but they're probably talking about famine. I bet you it was that fucking Canadian poofter guy. Or maybe the Bear Arms dude or something, whatever. One of them was, they always talk vaguely in the future, in a year or 5, there's going to be this, that, or the other. And they don't talk about like what's happening immediately right now.
In your face.
In your face. So, corn emerged as of June 9th is only at 62%. And it's...
Usually it's growing like gangbusters.
No, usually it's like all of it should be emerged. Except for maybe 1 or 2 fields here and there that have.
Sure. But I mean, it should even be like a couple inches high.
At least.
Yeah.
Well, right now it should be like a foot high. We're less than a month away from the 4th of July. So it's knee high by the 4th of July. Not
or in Simpsons, they said elephant's eye by the 4th of July.
Elephant's eye. That's not. So,
I know.
That's funny. So 16. So only they were the corn, and the problem is here is what they're going to find out is that corn that's not emerged yet ain't going to emerge. It's probably rotten. Oh, and the other thing that's going to happen
What happened?
is what they're finding out is the corn that is so-called emerged. It's yellow and sickly, and they're pulling it up, and it has no roots. So it's going to die. It's not going to grow because the rain and the flooding has turned the mud, the farm ground into cement as far as the corn roots are concerned. Because have you ever...
It's not fluffy dirt anymore.
Right. Because they didn't have time to re-till it, which is what they should have done before planting.
Well, I don't know. Even if you till mud, it's still going to be...
Well, they should have waited.
First of all, your stuff gets stuck, and then the stuff, and then it's just too wet.
So look up the hashtag NoPlant19 or NoPlant 2019 for pictures of what the farmers are dealing with. Like, but right now that corn emerged 30% below the average. I mean, 62%, and that, like I said, the corn coming up is sickly. So I might have been being too conservative when I said it's at probably 50% crop loss.
Sure.
It's probably going to be a catastrophic.
68%.
Yeah.
Crop loss.
It's going to be a lot of crop.
Over 9,000.
Yeah. That was funny last night if you weren't here for that. Corn condition. They're still trying. This is I bet you this is lies. Because they're 19, they have 19% fair. They're only saying 4% poor to very poor.
Filthy lies.
Yeah, because the farmers are coming out and saying that the shit's fucking crap. Oh, wait. Nope. I'm reading this wrong. Wait, this is...
So the farmers are all...
That was the previous year.
The shit's crap, and then Trump's all, crops are good!
Well, the 18 state, here we go. Yeah, they're still lying. They're saying that it's fucking mostly fair and good.
I like watching the Chinese food vending machines. Keeps you occupied for hours.
But they're only calling it 9% in poor to very poor. And if you look at the hashtag, you see there's just nothing but soggy fucking rain-covered fucking farmland. So this has got to be a lie. That's bad sampling. And they did it on purpose because they're trying to keep the prices of corn low during the summer because it's the holiday seasons. They want everybody in America happy, eating pigs, not worrying about things.
Usually people spend the summers, happy-go-lucky, taking trips, going to the beach or whatever.
Spending all their money.
Yeah. And not preparing for the winter so much.
Yeah. So... so these numbers, as bad as they are, is probably way worse than they're saying here. So, yeah. Holy shit. You look at the states for some, Missouri, 26% poor crop conditions for corn. Kansas, 11%. North Carolina, 15%. Wisconsin, 10% in poor.
Ooh.
What?
It's like in A Bug's Life.
What?
Where... it was all the ants, and then there were the grasshoppers that made the ants collect food for them, and then the ants weren't collecting food for themselves. So it's like that.
Okay.
And the grasshoppers were all like evil, and then the lead grasshopper, which was I think Kevin Spacey, got eaten by a bird.
Oh, good. He can handle that. All right, moving on to soybeans. Only 60%. It's supposed to, and they're actually coming to the end of the soybean season. It looks like they probably only have about one more week to get soybeans in the ground. And they're supposed to be at 88%, which is mostly done, and they're at 60%, meaning even the soybeans, remember how we were all talking about corn? Well, now the soybeans are doing crapo too. 75%. Oh, wait. Soybeans emerged. Fuck. 34%.
Wow.
34%.
By now, even the soy should be
supposed to have some good
growing.
coverage.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 73% for the average there. Oh my God. This is the worst farm year in record keeping of all farming in America. Just so you know. If all the ants die, so will the humans.
That's actually
Probably.
very interesting.
What?
That if the ants died, then we died.
The ants keep the soil
I've heard that
healthy.
that's the same thing about bees.
Well, the ants, okay, the bees pollinate everything, but the ants aerate the soil, and they also farm.
Earthworms.
The fucking ants actually farm, though.
Well, that's true.
So they cultivate healthy fungus.
Yeah.
So
they grow the fungus underground.
They grow the fungus, which is actually beneficial for the roots. It's without fungus, plants are fucked, and without ants, there is no fungus. So, yeah.
And then without bees, plants are fucked because there's no pollination.
Right. See, so I'm telling you, I got a fucking bachelor's degree in this stuff. So you're absolutely right. It's not that humans will die, but a lot of plants will die, and a lot of humans will die. Ferns will take over, and you can't really eat ferns. Fibrous, woody plants that can handle that kind of.
So you say I can eat ferns? Fine.
Cotton, why they track cotton, I don't know. Mostly got planted. It's still way behind though. 75 when it's supposed to be close to 90%.
Well, and that's in a different area.
Yeah.
That's in the south. So you'd think that they would be fine, but they're not.
They supposedly got hammered. Like
they're
10
getting
inches of rain.
a lot of water too. Right?
Yeah, 10 inches of rain. Like they're getting a whole month of a whole month of rain in like 3 days. They said.
Wow.
Cotton squaring. What the fuck does that even mean? What's cotton squaring?
Fern soup.
What is cotton squaring? I don't know what that means. Oh well. I don't know what that even means.
Should I go look it up?
That doesn't matter.
It's probably fascinating.
And once again, they're saying that everything's just fucking fabulous on the conditions when we know the soil is crapped out, so we know it can't be. You see, when you look at the weather and then you compare the actual weather, which people usually don't turn into propaganda, and then you look at the crop reports, which is a government agency, and they're like, yeah, everything's fine. It's not fine, folks. It's really not fine. They're saying everything is fine, but it's really not. So there you go. They're even trying to say it was better than last year. That's just not true. So not true at all. What do we use sorghum for?
I've just read that. Was it like? I don't remember. You're asking me to remember shit.
So it's supposed to be.
I remember that I looked it up.
It's supposed to be like 70% done right now, and it's like barely to 50%. So headed, I don't know what that even means. Apparently, it's doing okay, whatever that means. Does that mean sprouted?
What is
sorghum headed? It's in between.
Maybe they grow some kind of heads, and that's what they look for.
Maybe. Peanuts, they're doing just right around average. Peanut conditions.
That was a weird one.
Children, I guess. Peanut kids. Peanut conditions, they're saying everything is peachy on the home peanut front. The peanut gallery is doing just fine, they're saying. And I don't know if that's true or not, because where the fuck do they grow peanuts? Do peanuts like to be underwater? I don't know. I have no idea.
I kind of doubt it.
They don't, because they think they grow underground. They're a root.
They do grow underground.
Whatever. Oh, sunflowers. Not doing too well. You know why? Because there's no sunlight.
Not enough sun.
It's fucking 42%. It's supposed to be at 65%. So not doing too well. But those can actually recover if the weather changes for the better on them.
Wait, it's supposed to be at 65% planted or sprouted?
No, planted.
Wow, they They must plant that late into the
It's a
season.
sunflower. It has to be because they need a lot of heat.
But they take a while to be ready. Like, I'm surprised that there's long. I guess they have to grow.
I think the seeding
faster.
part is they need the cold weather probably for seeding. That probably is the trigger for them. But they need the sunlight to make all their food.
They make their seeds way earlier than that.
I don't know then. All it says is planted. It doesn't have their sprouted conditions or anything, and it's just way behind schedule. Rice. Fucking rice is doing just fucking lovely. Actually, it's worse than last year, though, and it's 96% for rice planted. And last year, by this time, it was all completely done. And they didn't even finish.
Well,
you know
it
why?
is completely done in California and Louisiana.
Yeah, want to know? But look right there, Missouri and Texas. That's where they got 10 inches of rain.
They planted it in California where it's not on fire.
Right. But you see what happened is they weren't able to finish it because they're getting 10 inches of fucking rain.
Or fire.
Now, the rice loves the rain. It grows underwater, actually, and that's why they're saying they might have to switch to growing rice in the Midwest.
Well, it's interesting that apparently rice doesn't need to grow in like standing water. It can actually grow
Anywhere.
without standing water, but they use standing water to keep things from coming and eating it.
Oh, good idea there, eh? Okay, that's probably they don't do it in standing water in California, probably.
I think they do.
Oh, weird. So rice emerged 87%. It's supposed to be almost 100%, and so that's even the rice. There's no sunlight for the plants. See what happens when it's raining all the time? It's cold. There's no sunlight. The crops don't grow well.
We're fucked.
And here, once again, they're saying everything is in fair and good and excellent, great ass fucking conditions, but.
Here's all the stats of things that are planted and sprouted, which looks really bad, but things are great.
Yeah, this report is really conflicting information in it. They're saying nothing's getting planted, but guess what? It's all good. Winter wheat is not even doing as good as it should be. Why? Because there's no sunlight for it. They're supposed to be getting like 80, 90 degree weather, which makes that winter wheat ready for harvesting. Like that's why it's growing in the Middle East, because it's hot there.
Sure.
It's supposed to be 91% headed. It's only at 83%. Harvested. Ooh, harvested. 18 states. June 9, 2018, June 9, 2019. The average is 10% harvested by now. We're at 4%, so we'll have to wait until next week to see how things are going with that.
Last year was 13% by now, though, so they kicked ass last year.
I think of oil as yeah, kind of. I guess. True, I guess so, yeah. Well, it's kind of like when you take the coolant out and then you just go and put it everywhere and see what happens. Yeah. Yeah, so the harvesting is not going too terribly good this year. And that's wheat. Winter wheat condition. Oh, yeah, they're saying everything's fucking lovely again. Better than last year, in fact. Lovely, lovely. All is lovely and well with the wheat harvesting and condition.
Something to write home about.
Spring wheat planted. It's funny that Washington is one of the big wheat states. But we drove through that, remember, Eastern Washington?
Mm-hmm.
But even with Eastern Washington's getting crappy weather. It's pretty much only a little bit behind schedule, but so really within the margin of error. So the spring wheat's all planted. It's not growing well. 85% emerged, and it's supposed to be, in the 90s. So that's not good. Condition, of course, it's all lovely. Everything is lovely. Nothing to see here. Move right along.
Nothing's growing like it's supposed to, but it's gangbusters.
Exactly. But it's fine. Nothing's actually growing well, but the conditions are just fine. Oh yeah, the mineral oil. They put the transformers full of mineral oil, and that's why they blow up, because if they get a crack and then one tiny little raindrop gets in there, kaboom!
Wow. That would be something.
I hope the planet doesn't go kaboom.
Yeah.
Barley. Wow. It's a little bit behind schedule, not much, so nothing to write home about.
So the barley harvest is going to be okay, so we can still have gravel nuts?
No, look. Barley emerged 86%. It's supposed to be over 90. So it's not growing.
No gravel nuts.
No. If this weather continues throughout the season with the clouds and the cold, it's going to wipe out the crops, because it'll freeze before the plants can even mature. Barley condition, everything's fine. Nothing to see here. Everything is just fine.
It's good.
Yeah.
Could be better, but it's good.
16%. Excellent. What the fuck? Oats planted. A little bit behind schedule, but nothing to write home about. So they all got planted. Oats emerged. 10% behind the average.
Except Texas is going great in Texas.
Yeah, and except they probably did all of this before that weekend.
Look at it. It's 100% all the way across. It's always gangbusters in Texas.
Except they just got wiped out with microbursts and hells and 10 inches of fucking rain. So who knows what the conditions are as of now, because this was from June 9th. Oats headed. I don't know what that means. But it's not.
Is that when it's probably producing its whatever the seed is, or whatever
probably.
The oats thing?
It's supposed to be at 41%. We're down at 21%.
Wow.
Or 28%, I mean. And even last year was...
That's pretty fucked up.
Last year was a bad year too, at 38%.
I mean, that's closer, but fucking A.
Yeah, so it's getting worse by the year.
Yeah.
Basically what we have...
Significantly so, because it went from 41 to 38 the first, last year. And then, and then from 38 to 28 or whatever. Yeah.
So basically what we have is we are now collecting enough data. We got 2 years, and then next year will be 3 years. And what we're probably going to see is a steadily worsening crop growing conditions.
Yeah.
Oat condition, though, everything's fine. Nothing to see here. Everything's fine. Yeah, there's everything's behind schedule. Nothing's growing because of rain and clouds. Yet the conditions are just fine. Yeah, okay. Who's believing this shit? It's when the famine hits. No, man, I'm telling you, stock up on like ramen and stuff and everything. This is the summer months when things are going to be artificially cheap because of all the holidays and stuff. This is when everybody's not paying attention. This is the time when you look for the cheap foods on sales and you stock up on everything you can. And I'm just saying, pasture and range conditions, it's like by 48 states. Pasture, and they're saying everything's fine. Nothing to worry about. Everything's great for pasture and range.
The cows love mucking around in the mud.
That's when they break their legs and stuff and fucking drown.
And there's nothing to eat.
Well, they have weeds.
Mud.
They have plenty of. Well, no, this is pasture land. The weeds love this weather. So there actually is stuff for the cattle to eat, but if it's muddy, it's not the greatest of conditions. I bet you they're fucking cherry picking like their selection method. I've done science. So if you got, let's say you have 500,000 acres and you like randomly select certain stuff, and then you on your random selection you pick out, say, 10 plots of 100 or something, and then you slice off 2 of those because you just don't like them. Right? You throw data out.
Fuck that land.
You throw data out, right? They're probably cherry picking. days suitable for field work. I'll let you guys go through that section on your own because it's just a list of how many days of the week people are able to work. But some states were down to like 3 or less.
Oh, wow.
You know, like 3.3, 4.6, 3.9, 3.9. Oh no, they're all over 3 at least. Because the weather systems went from complete deluge over since April and May, but in March it's been thunderstorms. So you get like one field will get sunlight and the other field is going to get golf ball size hail, destroying the whole fucking crop. So that's the kind of weather they're dealing with now. It's like randomness.
We've seen that with baseball size.
Yeah, but that's an extreme.
That was pretty fun.
That was pretty extreme. What is that noise? Is that our dog?
I think it's kids.
You want to open the front door? I'm going to check this. I guess we can turn the lights on. Well, that's done.
There's 3 dogs here.
That's definitely done. There's Killer. It's funny how the Christian Gestapo came over on Monday when we got the letter from the lawyer on Saturday.
Yeah.
They're all colluding. They think they can intimidate me, and they don't realize that I'm not the kind of person that intimidates. Oh, well. No, I think that's a myth about the whole boiling the leather boots and stuff. I don't think that's... You never eat the skin anyways, especially not cow skin.
Yeah. Well, boiling it would just make all the chemicals that they treated it with come out.
Yeah, you'd have to boil it and then dump it and then boil it some more.
And even then, it's just dried
Icky.
skin. I mean,
Oh wait, I said I wanted to do the trying out of the. We can just microwave this part of it, right?
okay.
Why do you always want to be right underneath the fucking thing, you stupid retard? I always say that like a French
Retard?
word. Yeah. Picard, retard.
You Picard retard?
Yeah. Scientists can't explain a large blowdown of forest. Like
Well,
that
that
could be a
sounds like a
microburst.
microburst.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what happened in Wisconsin when
And it could also be a freak tornado.
there were like whole hillsides.
I'll be right back, I
The
guess.
trees just flattened. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, we saw there were so many trees flattened from the microburst, and it was like for miles. It was pretty cool. Oh, you got the cast.
Come on, Killer. I should have given her a bath today, but I guess I'll try it for
Tomorrow will be even better.
Yeah. Here we're doing our ultra high tech oven type of stuff.
We'll see how this goes.
Hey, it's probably going to be a disaster. Do we have any tinfoil type stuff? Oh, look at that
I
shit.
don't think so.
Look at this shit.
Does it fit?
Barely. But it's like almost
Oh,
a
here
near,
it is.
it's a
Crappy
near,
aluminum.
it's a
foil.
near perfect fucking.
Well, that's cool. And it is sitting on the bottom.
Yeah. I was just going to put one thing in to, just to fucking, like that.
Okay.
So.
So there's that.
There's that. Here's that. Because that should work, right? Then I'll just wash the taters and turn the oven on.
Sure.
Puppy, sit down somewhere. It's not time for food yet. Acres and acres. That's probably bigger than a microburst, huh?
No, microbursts
Are big like
are
that?
big.
Okay.
like,
topsoil.
for like miles.
They said the topsoil moisture conditions are great if you mean underwater. Subsoil moisture conditions. They said that's all totally awesome too, man, because that's underwater too. That's it. That's okay. Anything new coming next week? Harvested and condition of winter wheat. Spring wheat conditions. Soybeans planted, emerged. Sorghum planted. Headed must be the same thing as emerged or something.
Well, headed, I would think maybe is when it has like its seed.
They're going to have rice condition next week. What the fuck? Peanuts planted, pegging condition. What the fuck is pegging? Oh my God. Headed for oats, squaring for cotton.
Those peanuts, damn.
Corn. Squaring must be something with the same thing with the cotton. We'll have to look that up later offline when we're not streaming, I guess. Corn, they will have condition, emerged planted. Barley, emerged headed and condition. So headed must. Why do they have different words for all of this? I don't know. So that was the quick progress report. Everything is, they're saying everything is peachy, even though nothing is really growing. So,
right.
So you know what that means? It means your government's lying to you and shit's all fucked the fuck up.
Yep.
Sea ice extent. May. No, I don't want that one. 9 of June. I'm going to be looking at sea ice extent. Wait, that's not what I wanted. Oh, come on, you fucking shitbird computer. I don't want Antarctic. Asshole. Wow. The median ice. If you go, let me go get this fucking thing for you. Apparently, we have to wait a week or two before we get some good, some news out of how the Arctic sea ice is going to be going. But they got graphs that are up to date as of 9 June. Massive ice melt fucking going on, really big. All of this is the coast of Greenland is supposed to be all iced in still. So all that blue water, not supposed to be there.
Pretty fucky.
Yeah. Real fucky. It's not good. And then if you look at the ice concentration, oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. So all of that stuff is really thin and broken up. All of that. This is where icebreaker ships can still go through. So yeah, the ice conditions in the Arctic are not good, folks. Not good at all. See, it's starting to slow down, but I bet you some fuckery is going to happen there. Antarctica is supposed to be growing back by now. See how so if you look at these graphs that in that link I just took you, you can see what's going on with the ice for the Arctic areas. Not doing well. Arctic ice shield has a large crack. Oh, see, and this is just showing the sea ice. And it doesn't say anything about the. See, it's like so much slower than it's supposed to be.
Wow.
Right. That's last year, 2000. Hey, they put the fucking last year's trend line on there like I asked them to.
Huh.
See, last year, this year.
Nice.
Yeah. So they listen, I guess.
Right on.
Yeah. So the sea ice is not doing well, folks. Do you know what that means? More heat, more water, more bad.
Water world is coming.
Alrighty. So we've done the famine report. It's going to be a bad famine, just so you know. Oh, there's like revolution and civil war coming in Moldova, which is just fucking, it's south of Ukraine. And their shit's all fucked up. Like their fucking NATO peoples are doing some fuckery, trying to use the courts to fucking fuck over the entire government via the court system.
Do you think the really fat people would make it through a famine? I think probably not, because you still have to eat them. Well, because you still have to eat food, even if you're fat, and you don't have to eat as much food, in your body will eat its own fat. But you're still going to need some food, you know.
Because if you don't have any food, then your body won't cannibalize the fat; it'll start cannibalizing muscle tissue instead.
Exactly.
So should I just do like 2 taters to Texas, or go ahead and try 3 or 4? Try 3.
Sure.
These
That's a good
taters
number.
only cost like, $5, less than $5 a bag, It's like $4, I think. Yeah, but it's so crazy. Those people show up the Monday after that we got the letters. So they're gonna go report back. The truck's not there. Well, it might be here if somebody's fucking wife had been taking her husband to the hospital in the 2019 fucking winter fucking storms.
Yep.
And if we hadn't have had to use a fucking antique truck to transport a dying man to the hospital, it wouldn't have fucking shit the engine out. So you only got yourself to blame for that, you greedy fox. Fucking criminal motherfucking whores.
You don't want a paper towel.
No, why would I want a paper towel?
I don't know. I thought you were reaching for.
No, I'm gonna stab the taters.
Oh, whatever.
I'm stabbing the taters.
Fuckers.
Stabby, stabby. I'm gonna stab it.
You're gonna fork them.
Yeah.
Yeah, fork them up
Fat.
good.
Muscle and then organs. No, but if you don't have some calories in you, your body can't metabolize fat because that's the most densest of molecules. You have to have some carbohydrates and some proteins available in your system that actually provide the energy needed to metabolize the fat. So fat people will actually die first because they'll have all that heavy fat around them, but no way to fucking burn it.
Sure.
What do you think? Stabbed?
Pretty stabbed.
Should we just put them on the edge like that then maybe?
I guess.
I can put one in the middle just to see how it works compared to the sides, right?
Well, that might be a good test.
And if this works, I can roast some veggies. I wonder what temperature I should put this at.
Maybe like 5 to start with.
You think? Because I know water will boil at 4 on this once it's all heated up all the way. 4, 5, 5 you said?
Go ahead and try 4, I guess, to start.
No, but we have
see
to
how
get
hot
it.
it gets.
Well, I was gonna put it. I guess we'll leave it at 6, and after a few minutes we can turn it down.
Okay.
Think the happy thoughts. Oh, I guess we should have made your tea first. I'm sorry.
Whatever.
Need a bigger cooking pot for the famine. Yeah, we're gonna be all right, folks. Like I said, America's busy invading the Middle East so we can steal their wheat and cattle like that. All right, from the Kurds.
Curd cattle.
Kurd. I don't know why they're torching all the crops, but maybe they think because the U.S. wheat crops are doing okay that it's okay to torch the ones overseas. And they're having gangbuster years of wheat. The crop, it's like their best in a decade.
Wow.
And they're setting it all on fire. Americans are such assholes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's criminal right there. I mean, literally
Yeah.
criminal.
Well, especially if they create a famine.
So Trump's still tweeting about fucking, I don't know what, of something, Indy car races. And MAGA again. Make America great again.
We saw a Trump truck in town.
Oh
They're
God!
so stupid.
Really? They must not be paying attention to the news
Exactly.
because he's totally fucked the farmers this year. Fucked all of them. Trump's fucked all the farmers. Just so you know.
With this tiny piece.
Too many words. Huh? What's the Franklin expedition? Did they eat themselves? There's a vegetarian fire. No, vegetation fire. I was having a bunch of vegetarians running around. I'm on fire.
That would be funny.
That would be hilarious. Only 5 to 10 acres, no big deal. I hate reading U.S. stuff. Oh, that crash was there's only, yeah, there's nothing being reported about it though. Oh God, it's just a fucking circus. It's like what Robert Heinlein said. Like once the plebes realize they can vote in bread and circuses, they will. And that's what you got with Trump, bread and circuses.
He's a clown, all right.
And he just lies like, oh, the fucking. We'll have to time this. What time did we start this? It's at 6:20, so by 7 we should test it to see if it's done.
Okay.
Right.
Hiccupers.
Do we expect the top here to get warm or no?
Not as warm. It might get a little warm.
Okay.
If it doesn't get a little warm, then it's not.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Northwest Passage. Those guys fucking died a lot. Yeah. There's no Northwest Passage. Not in the wintertime.
Mm-mm.
Not in an ice age for sure. So Trump's just jerking off. There's no impeachment. Not going to be impeached. Dude, if there was such a thing as justice in America, every president we've ever had in our entire lifetimes would have been impeached. In fact, everybody in Congress and the Senate and the courts would all be impeached. If there was anything resembling sane people in America, we would have had a civil war, really like during our lifetimes.
Yeah. Sounds like fun.
Just joke. Plane crash in California, fire. Just fucking bread and circuses. Except there's a bunch of fires everywhere across America.
Home on fire.
Blah, blah. American news is so lame. I'm pretty sure they ate themselves, right? Well, and this is supposed to be globally important news. And the NATO propaganda map puts like nothing but fucking like just random garden variety crimes and shit up there. It's like it's like they overload you with so much bullshit that you can't find any real. Most people can't discern the real news. Wow. 9 miles fall, a lot of people with no power. Because, I don't know, probably thunderstorms?
Maybe.
Oh, tornado. Well, that's a terrible picture, but whatever. Oh, you can see it forming right there. There's tornadoes a lot of tornadoes.
Right.
And there's medieval sword fighting somewhere in Arizona, it looks like.
Sweet.
Yeah. I don't know. 2 people in the hospital after stabbing on Valley Metro bus. So they were sword fighting on the bus. Sword fighting on the bus in fucking Valley Metro.
Good times.
Good times. Clouds in Atlantic Beach. Oh no!
Cyclist fatally struck by Amtrak train.
Nice. The clouds in Atlantic.
Was he trying to race the train to get in front?
That does look pretty ominous there.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be driving into that.
That looks like some serious movie fuck you up kind of shit there, man. The squirrel gets blamed for power outage. Yeah, I think so, man. I think you nailed that one. Oh, what the fuck is going on here? Uh-oh. What's an E5?
I don't know. It smells kind of, I don't know.
That's just the oil burning out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what it smells like.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what it smells like.
Oh, Maybe I have to put some water in this thing. This thing tends to malfunction if there's
Oh,
not
that could be, huh?
if there's not water in it. It needs water to not melt. Maybe it needs the water to function properly. I don't know. Yeah, probably needed that. I got it down to 4.
That should hopefully be good.
It's doing things.
It was being sizzly.
It's smoking, see?
Is that smoke or steam?
Something. So I guess they're not going to be actually baked potatoes. Maybe they will be, though. Who knows? I don't know. This is
steam baked.
Oh, goddamn you fucking whore. What? Come on. What's E5?
I don't know.
It's in the water.
Like, I need to know what it's called so I can find out what it is.
It's
Induxburg.
So we have to go do some looking up. Yeah, the lid's actually getting. I think it's because of a lack of water.
Ah.
Maybe I just have to leave the lid cracked on it. I'm adding more water. The lid actually got hot though.
What?
Huh? E5
Indux what?
in
Induxburg.
Duxburg. Our idea might not. Well, it might work on the fire, but it's sure as fuck not working on this thing. Because apparently it has a problem. I guess I could have put more oil in there, but that's a waste of money. I'm sorry, guys. We're trying to do some cooking experiments and stuff. What was I doing? Oh, major fucking news. Russia has broke off communications with Turkey in the whole Idlib situation. What happened is Turkey was like, hey, can you guys stop attacking our stuff? And Russia was like, yes, if you give us a shit ton of territory. And Turkey was like, no deal. And then Turkey just totally stopped pretending like they were a neutral third party. And they said, al-Nusra, go attack Russia. And Turkey armed al-Nusra. And now Russia is like, Turkey is arming the terrorists. And we're getting pissed. And we're going to start arming the Kurds. So Turkey and Russia are in direct combat in Syria right now. And they're attacking each other and stuff. So just so you know, Turkey and Russia, and Turkey has a very, very large military, but they're a bunch of criminals, so they're probably not well disciplined. But that's going down. It's probably not in the U.S. news so much. Oh, wow. And I don't really have a link for that. It's if you actually go, I can. Al-Masdar News. It's AL-MASDAR and News. On Twitter, they're at the Arab Source. But also from them, Russia wanted to do they requested to hold a briefing. They wanted to brief the OPCW, which is your Chemical Weapons Global Watchdog Organization. And yeah, I think that water boiled off, and that's why I did the thing again. Anyways, back to this. So Russia wanted to brief the OPCW on the Duma event that happened like in 2017, I believe it was. You know when Trump shot the 56 Tomahawk missiles into Syria? That was because of the supposed chemical attack in Duma. Well, that was a false flag event. It was fake. And Russia wants to brief the global chemical weapons watchdog on the evidence they have that it's fake. And the OPCW, just to say, said they don't want to hear it. So they're basically turning a blind eye to the terrorists doing false flag chemical attacks in Syria. And on that, I can actually push that article out on the chat. We got some winds coming in. Let's see if I got it. I think I got it right there. There's the link. Yeah. So UN is just like, no, we don't want to hear your evidence of how terrorists are gassing people and then trying to blame it on other people. Because if they do, if they heard the evidence, what would happen is the OPCW would have to retract their earlier official statement and admit that the white helmets are terrorists. And they don't want to do that. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm still looking.
E5 error code.
Okay, here we go.
You got it?
Overheat protection.
So it just
allow your cooktop to cool down.
okay. It does that often. It's a stupid 1500 watt thing, and we need to get a higher quality one. That's for fucking sure. Anyways, I'm looking at the NATO fucking propaganda map of Syria. Yeah, they're blaming ISIS for burning down all the crops in the Kurdish lands of Syria and Iraq and stuff. Oh, no, they're saying it's the result of a mortar shell, so they're going to try to blame it on Assad probably. But
So
no,
that's cool. I figured that shit out.
no, they're awesome, honey.
I had to look on the Amazon review thing to find it.
So no new news from the propaganda NATO website as far as what's going on in Syria, and probably the whole world is finding out. We go over to Iran. U.S. State Department. We will hold Iran accountable for any threat to American citizens. They're just dick waving. So the IAEA, which is the nuclear global watchdog of the UN, is now coming out accusing Iran of like trying to make nuclear weapons. If you need help,
I
with
should
that.
probably wait until tomorrow for
Why?
this, right? Well, because I think it'll be perfectly ripe tomorrow. It's very close to perfectly ripe.
If you want to wait until tomorrow, that's fine.
It still feels nice and firm. So, because I want some potatoes and beans when those are ready.
I hope this deal right. It looks like they're going to be steamed potatoes.
Okay. If you can steam a whole potato, you know, sweet.
It should work. I mean, it should be oven-like in there.
It should be. It's just a very humid bake.
It's a very tiny oven. If you wanted the crispy skin, which you don't, I could just, after you're done, you could take them and then roll them around in the hot oil pan afterwards. If
I
you
suppose
wanted.
that's true. But I don't want the crispy skins.
No.
Because I can't chew that.
So, anyways, Iran hasn't even broken the treaty yet. They've suspended legally parts of the JCPA, WA, whatever the fuck it was, that nuclear treaty they had with America and China and Russia, and then America pulled out because Trump is a fucktard. And then
I agree with the fucktard part. I didn't really follow what the rest of that was.
So, anyways, Europe, they had a treaty with Europe, the EU, to do a financial instrument system to go around U.S. sanctions in order to save the nuclear treaty. And the EU is dragging their feet on that. So what Iran did was like, okay, we're going to suspend these two parts of this fucking nuclear treaty. And they've been stockpiling enriched uranium, heavy water stuff or whatever. I'm not really big on the chemistry of fucking nuclear reaction stuff. Now these people are trying to come out saber rattling and shit about Iran's doing this. And they don't even want nuclear weapons. They're using it for science and medical purposes and stuff. Medical research.
You know, for science.
Yeah. So that's what's the deal with that. If you hear any saber rattling and shit about that. Israeli army firing flares last night around the Gaza-Egyptian border. Oh, wow. Gaza balloon units say they will start sending balloons with hazardous materials. That's pretty ominous and vague, vaguely ominous. So the Gaza Strip, they have IED balloons, which we've talked about in the past, like balloon animals. And now they say they're going to start lacing them with hazardous materials. What's more hazardous than incendiary balloons?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It'll explode napalm all over you.
I hope so. That would be hilarious. But that's all that they got from Israel, because that's the only thing that ever happens in yeah, whatever. And the last stop on the NATO propaganda map, it will be Iraq. Yeah, they always do it at night, because then the offshore breeze comes in and blows the balloons into the Jew land. That's why it's a part of the night distraction unit. In the daytime, the wind blows out to sea, off of the mountains, down into the lowlands, and then into the sea. And at night, it reverses, because that's just kind of how science works on this planet. Iraq dude's going to visit Kurdistan.
You can smell the potato.
Yeah. I hope they're not, like, burning.
So like
nothing
I don't
new
think they would if they were being steeped.
So I think that was there anything else important with the war news that I was looking at? Oh, yeah. Okay. So I guess I need to explain this. Did I explain it before? I don't know. So if it's a repeat, I'm sorry. Did I cover the fact that there's no mathematical way that there's 3 million people in Idlib? You know how they keep saying there's 3 million people in Idlib? There's not. That would have been 15% of their entire national population. So there's no fucking way there's that many people there. That would be before all the, yeah, we did talk about that.
Yeah.
So anyways, there's about 30,000 gunmen of terrorists left in Idlib. Well, there was about 30,000. There's a lot less now today than there was yesterday, and so on and so forth. Anyways, Syria has a tiny population. They had 20 million people to start with, then the mass exodus because of America's terrorism and the fake civil war shit, and everybody ran away. Hundreds of thousands of people ran away.
Why did they run away?
Radar should be able to pick up balloons, but only if they're high enough in the atmosphere. And these balloons don't go that high, I'm guessing. They just kind of float over in the darkness and then land. So they're the low-flying balloons. Because they also have explosives and stuff tied to them, so they don't actually go all the way up.
So basically, they balance it so that the helium has a little bit of lift, and so like if you like throw it up, and it'll go up, 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 and then eventually, when it gets to where it's going, it gets heavy again, and it'll start to come down.
But they have explosives on them and things like that, and now they're saying that more nasty surprises are coming. Also, Hamas and Islamic Jihad in Gaza, they claim that they could sustain, that they could launch hundreds of rockets per day over a sustained period of time in the next time they feel like fucking up Israel. Now, is that true or not? I don't know. But I hope we get to see it soon, because I want to see that shit, man. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I want to see some rocket battles going on.
Boomy, boom, boom.
Yeah. But where was I going with any of this shit? I forget.
I know.
You're supposed to be more over here, I guess. I don't know.
I am.
Yeah, because you're prettier than me. You know what I'm saying?
With my smashed face.
Yeah, with your smashed face and all. But did I put a link? Oh, I did put a link, but Al Masdar News, they do real-time reporting, and they're based out of Lebanon, I do believe. Oh, don't get them mixed up with the fucking propaganda website. They have impeccable English grammar, and they're called Al Monitor. I can even search for that on Twitter and find them. They're a fucking NATO propaganda website, probably based out of England, I'm guessing. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, Monitor.
Wait, was that it over there?
Where? Yeah, right there. And they should have. Oh, Washington, D.C. They're based out of Washington, D.C. So basically, Al Monitor, they trick people. They want to trick people into thinking they're a Middle East newspaper, but they're a DC propaganda.
Yeah, that picture is not fucking DC.
No.
With the palm trees.
Right, but they make themselves look like they're a Middle East newspaper, like an
Sure.
Iranian or Lebanese newspaper, and they're fake. But here's the fake. Here's the website link for their fakedness. Come on. Load up. And they're always putting out fake ass news. It's like totally made up. This is the ones responsible for the fake news saying that Iran and Russia are fighting each other in Syria, and it's fake. It's always fake. If that was true, Iran or Russian papers would say what was going on. Sooner or later. I'm not saying it would be like right away. But this is the fake Middle East newspaper, Al Monitor. Just so you know. That's the fake one. When you want fake news, that's where you go. If you want fake news.
Right.
And I don't know, I told you, the Debka files, that's the fake Israeli fake newspapers. And if you go there and you click on shit, they're going to infect your computer with like a computer virus or with malware, or they try to put ransomware on my computer. Try, I say, try, because I use Linux and I don't fuck around. So there.
Fucking fuckers.
Right. Fuck the motherfuckers. I think so. And Debka, that was Debka files. But basically, all Jewish news agencies are propaganda. They have no free speech in Israel. You know how they pretend like there's some great Western democracy and bullshit like that? They have complete censorship over their media there. And fucking Elmer Fudd holds like over half the government offices. So he's not a dictator at all. See what else I can tell about all the defectors are fucking getting arrested.
I'm tired.
Then you don't have to hang out. It's okay.
I might have to go down.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm tired.
So I think
It was a long day.
Is there anything else in the war reports that is needed?
Okay.
Dictator. I don't know what else to say about the news. I think we've pretty much covered everything of import. America is now lying about the crops. In the same report where they're saying that nothing is growing well, they're saying everything's okay. It's
Nothing's growing well, but it's gangbusters.
yeah. So if you believe, you get to pick what part of that lie you want to believe there, I guess. I don't know. I don't know, man. Did I give you guys the links for those crop reports? It's like you can look up NAS crop progress reports, and that'll give you the U.S. crop progress report. I don't know, man.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. Well, I'm gonna go, and I'll see everybody
did we
later.
tell them about our loan for the van?
I don't know. You can tell them about that.
You're sounding tired.
I'm tired.
So I was supposed to let these taters wait for another 20 minutes, I guess.
Okay.
I hope. I don't know. The dogs are looking at me, but it's nowhere close time to feed the dogs. I'm surprised my Twitter account hasn't been shut down because I guess everybody's working today because no one showed up besides Devin and Toots. Not like we ever have a big ass crowd. I guess that one dude didn't want to come back. Oh well.
9,000, over 9,000.
He's over 9,000. Oh goodness. Oh, that was I was going to explain. Now, if you do watch the Syria news, whether it's the propaganda news or the actual news or whatever, they're going to tell you about how the SAA will go take ground, and then it'll make a big deal about how they'll make a big deal about how the Syrian army is going to retreat and stuff. Um, Here's what the deal is. Turkey just told fucking all of their terrorists to like send massive reinforcements to the front lines and stuff. Um, it's what I was trying to mention about how there's like 30,000 estimated gunmen left in Idlib. And what the Russians and the Syrians are doing is they're holding the high ground now. And what they're doing is baiting the terrorists. Like there's high ground, there are a bunch of farmland, which is the low ground. And then across from that, there's more high ground and stuff. So what Syria is doing is baiting the Turkish militias, the al-Nusra terrorists, into instead of just staying in their high ground fortresses, they're tricking them into coming down into the low ground in the farmlands where they're killing them. So the Syrian army is not trying to do this great big advancing and killing everything in their path. What they're doing is they're baiting the terrorists to come out into the open ground where they're easier to kill. And they're falling for it because they're sending all of their soldiers down into the farmlands, and Russia and Syria are killing all of them at a rate of, on average, 100 per day. Now, because Syria has to fight them and then fall back and then go back forwards, because every time they send a wave of new terrorists down, they have to fall back, and they do strategic retreating because they have booby traps set up, and then they have artillery behind them and the airplanes, and they blow the crap out of them. But they're Syria and Russia, and they're content to go back and forward because their goal in the end of the day is to kill all of the terrorists, because at the end of the day, to get your territory back, you got to kill all of the terrorists. So the terrorists are putting the cart in front of the horse trying to take territory, where the Syrians, they just want to kill all the terrorists. So they're doing at a rate of 100 per day, which if you do the math, it's going to take less than 1 year, and they'll have all the terrorists killed. And if you look at it like this last, like the last 72-hour period, like Syria lost 50 soldiers, but they killed like 300. So they're winning. All right. That's just to explain the numbers. If you actually go out and read the news about how Syria's losing this many soldiers or something like that. I wanted to, did I show you the ISIS patch, dude? Like the stupid terrorists in Idlib. Wow, they really don't want Corbyn to be the prime minister. It's like, you know how the U.S. is accusing Russia of interfering in their elections? I'm sorry, I can talk to you. I don't have to yell at Morgan. Well, now Pompeo is saying they're going to interfere in UK elections in the UK government to prevent Corbyn from being the prime minister. Well, because if Corbyn gets in, and if he's not some kind of a fake fucker like Bernie Sanders, it means the end of the US-UK alliance when it comes to fucking raping the nations of the world. All right? That's if he's like legitimately who he pretends to be, or if he is who he says he is, that means all of that fucking shit, the happy times of the UK and America going around and raping and robbing across the planet is over. That's what that would mean. What? Is that true? Zero Hedge is reporting that Facebook has banned the word honk for violating their community standards. Toots, that money disappeared into their pockets, of course. That's where the war money always goes in America, to the pockets of the rich people. Whoa. I think it's working, though. Not done yet, but pretty sure that our goal, our project, our plan, our thing that we're doing over there is working. Yeah, it always goes into their pockets. Facebook banned the word honk. See, I mean, America is so motherfucker. Like, seriously? Am I gonna have to seriously fucking? I guess you do have to put the water in there. So next time I'll try this on the propane because there is no limitations like that. I'm just gonna let it cool off for a minute and then turn the heat back on. You know, water will take care of that. But that's from Zero Hedge. How are you guys doing lately? Dun, 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 dun. What? Do you got it on top chat or live chat? Remember you got to go to the top where it says top chat and click the caret and turn it to live chat. Are you sure you can't say honk? I'm gonna honk.
You said on Facebook.
It says honk. Oh no, and YouTube is just as bad because you can't say the word nigger on fucking YouTube. Did you see? I said honk. Did you see that? Can you see my honk?
Okay, say it on Facebook.
On Facebook. I guess I'll have to go check it out. There's nothing. Add an A. Honk A. Oh my God, that's funny. Yeah, well, you know, it's okay for America to interfere in other countries' democracies because we're the good guys, right? Yeah. So I don't know what to say. Well, I'd have to go to Facebook and see what happens, right? Let's go trying it out. Oh God, I got some fucking. Oh, that was from you. Never mind. That's okay. Oh, come on, man. Why has everything got to be so slow? Hunk to the A. Hey there. I see you have pictures. There you are. You're still a beautiful woman, honey. I hope you know that.
Thank you.
I'm just trying to say, honk. No more. I'm putting. No, it says it right there. I don't know if that's. How about maybe it's if. Are they censoring chat on Facebook? Like, are they reading everybody's private conversations? That's sick, man. I can say honk on. I just posted a honk. I don't know, man.
Honk you up.
Oh, honky too. Honky. What about honky tonky? Because if so, now they're censoring country music. Honky tonk.
That's okay.
It's like fascism is so self-defeating at the end of the day. Okay. I don't know what's going on. I guess everybody's at work and stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that for the news. I don't know what else to say. Where was I going? Oh fuck! I just lost it. Oh, Oh, that's where I was going. If you hear Trump and them talking about how great their sanctions are working against Iran, how they're trying to keep them from exporting oil. Well, before the sanctions, Iran's economy only depended 33% on oil exports, and they're now making it to where their country doesn't depend on oil exports at all. These taters need to hurry up and cook. Because I'm hungry. But the lid's getting hot, so that means it's probably working as an oven. Maybe I should just fucking do that from just going off on the honkies. Yeah, so Iran's making it to where they don't depend on oil exports, but they're not, their oil exports are still happening anyways. But they just want to screw over America so bad by, you know, that's just how they work. It's politics, okay? So I'm checking the news sources as in real time. Oh, and they wanted to kick Iran out of OPEC, and OPEC's like, no, we're staying. You can ignore me, honey. I'm just ranting at the cameras. He found the loophole. Toots is always pushing the censorship limits. Oh, yeah. And remember how I said about Russia and Syria Russia and Syria are not happy with Turkey and stuff. I don't know if I posted the link to the article, but there it is. And it's from Lavrov, so if Lavrov says it, it's fucking solid. I don't see anything new in the news. Okay, I'm sorry. So nothing's new going on yet. I'm going to have to end this here because I think I have to take that thing out to the propane to finish it up. And we'll be back sometime soon with what's happening in the world today. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us and hanging out and all that. And I'll see you guys later.